The quick renumber feature will allow you to renumber elements by any shared text parameter by picking them in order or by using a pre-drawn spline. You can find the quick renumber feature in the data group in Naviate Accelerate. Let's first see how we can use the quick renumber feature to renumber elements by picking them on screen. And I'll do this by renumbering the grids in this view. Simply select the quick renumber feature, which will pull up the user interface. And we have two options at the top, number by selecting objects or number by spline. We'll first number by selecting objects. Then we can move down and specify the category that we're going to renumber. And I'm going to use my keyboard to help me find the element by starting to type the category I'm looking for. I'm going to be renumbering my grids. Then I can select any instance parameter to renumber. And then select the value that I want to start with. We can also add a padding, which will add zeros to the start, as you can see here. And we can add a prefix or a suffix. For example, if I wanted to prefix it with a G or suffix it with a G, I could do that as well, but we'll just leave it without a prefix or a suffix for this example. The last option is to set the auto swap. This will automatically identify if this value is being used by another element in the model and automatically swap it so that you can renumber that element. This is critical, especially for elements that don't allow you to have the same number, like grids. So I will toggle on the auto swap number. Now I can begin renumbering my elements, and you'll see that I can only select elements that are of the category that I have selected in the dialog. So I can't select, for example, walls or columns. I can only select grids. Now you'll notice that I'm starting with 1, but I have 1 as a grid, but I want to renumber them starting at this end. So you'll notice when I select this first grid, because I have auto swap selected, it will auto swap those numbers, as you can see here. If I didn't have auto swap selected, and then I selected a number, a dialog box will appear that will ask me if I want to swap the grid numbers. Do I want to swap at this time, always swap, or don't swap? If I only want to swap at this time, if it happens again, it'll pull up the dialog again. But always swap will automatically toggle this on, and I can continue to renumber my elements based off of that value. When I'm done renumbering, I can simply close out of the dialog and complete my task. Let's look at how to renumber using a spline. This requires you to pre-draw your spline ahead of time before running the command. So here I have a spline that's drawn, and I'm going to use it to renumber the rooms in this view. You can see here that I am using this to guide the order. Again, I can pull up the feature. I'm going to swap to number by spline, select the category, rooms, select the parameter, which will be number, and select my start value, which will be 100. Now when I pick something, it'll only allow me to pick a line or spline, and when I do so, it'll then analyze the line or spline with the category I've selected. It will start the numbering closer to the end of the line that I selected. I can reverse the order if I want to. It will let me know how many rooms are intersecting with that element and highlight all rooms that are intersecting with that line. I can choose not to show again if I'm using this command over and over again. But if I'm happy with the results, I can click OK, and it'll simply go through and renumber, in this case, my rooms, using that spline. When I finish the command, I can close. And that's the quick renumber feature.